ShartimusPrime, reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it, taking bad hits, taking bad shits, Subscribe.
Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Marvel Legends action figure review on the Sandman Build-A-Figure Waves Green Goblin. If you're trying to pre-order this wave, you can do so at
Big! Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
I gotta give a big thanks to Xmania87 for making this review happen. Thanks so much for making half of this wave my Christmas gift this year. Thank you so much, man. If you're not following him on Instagram, check him out. He takes awesome photos. Really enjoyed the ACBA coming from Xmania87. So link in the description below for that. One thing I wanted to say about the packaging over here is that I'm noticing it doesn't say Marvel Legends anywhere. That may have happened with the Doctor Strange wave too, but I'm just, I guess, really noticing it right now. But anyway, on the side, we get this kind of a funny image of Green Goblin right over there. On the back, you can see a product shot. There's a read-up. If you want to read it, pause it now. And then here's the other figures from the wave. And we get that same funny image of Green Goblin right over there. All right, let's get to it and crack this thing open. And here's our new Green Goblin figure out of the packaging. Looking pretty cool. I do like this figure. However, I will say this is not my favorite Marvel Legends Green Goblin figure. I do like the piece, though. This is basically retooled from the Black Knight and the Hobgoblin figures that we'd seen before.
It was Dread Knight, not Black Knight, Shartimus!
And I was expecting that back when those figures came out. And I'm happy that they reused those parts for this figure. I think it actually makes a very good Green Goblin figure. It's just not my very favorite Green Goblin. I do like the head sculpt, but again, not my favorite. Anyway, he does come with some good accessories. We have a new glider over here compared to the previous glider that we'd gotten from Hobgoblin. So let's take a closer look at those, and then we'll take a closer look at Gobby. So not including the man purse, Green Goblin comes with two accessories. We get his glider and the one pumpkin bomb, which we've seen this before, but translucent orange. This time around, we see an opaque orange along with some very nice green with a little bit of a shadowing effect right over there, which I always appreciate. Kind of tricky to see, but you could see a little bit of orange over the green, which I don't know if it was on purpose that they did that, but I still like it. And I think the paint apps came out pretty clean right over there for the mouth and the eyes of this pumpkin bomb. So I really dig that. And I also dig this new glider. They did not give us a repeat glider from what we had gotten with the Hobgoblin, which I think is great. I really appreciate that, especially because I thought the Hobgoblin glider was just so small. I mean, looking at the wingspan of these two gliders, you could tell this one's just a little bit bigger, which I really like. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, this one was just way too tiny. Then also comparing it to the Marvel Legends, I think it was the Mojo Waves Green Goblin. I like this one more. I like how it's arched like this. I think that's a little bit cooler. I wish we'd gotten a little port or something right there, but we do have some sculpted lines and everything, and yeah, so I think it's pretty cool. You know, not my favorite glider, but not bad. So I couldn't tell you exactly which artist I think inspired this head sculpt. I think maybe Ramos? I don't think so, though. It looks very good, though. I think it's a well-done head sculpt. I like how the teeth came out, even though we get a little extra black on the bottom middle teeth right there. That kind of bothers me. I like the shadowing effect that we get. We get a lot of black over this dark green, so I think that looks really good. And these little tassel pieces hanging around, pretty sweet. I like that. We get some nice wrinkles and little gashes on the top of his little hoodie thing. That looks pretty cool, or his nightcap anyway. The ears look pretty good too, really big ears. The only thing is that one of them is kind of sticking away and the other one's just kind of stuck right over here, so I don't know, I may have to heat that up and try and move it to the side so that he has both ears kind of sticking away from his little cap right there, but I think it's pretty well done as far as the original sculpting and everything goes. And then I like how this turns off to the side, so I think that's pretty cool. You get the seam down the middle right there. The eyes look really good. You can see that he has an orange iris over there. That's pretty cool. And then instead of white, we get yellow, so that's pretty sweet too. I like that. And then comparing it to the Toy Biz Green Goblin head sculpt, this is really why I prefer this figure more. Is I do think of Green Goblin looking like this more so than Green Goblin looking like this. Like, this isn't terrible or anything, but this is the Green Goblin that I think of. And then comparing it to the Sinister Six Pack one, thank you John 3.0. This one, I don't really remember seeing him look like this in the comics so much, but I do think it's really neat how you could see the Osborn eyes underneath those yellow lenses. I always thought that was a very cool effect for this figure. But anyway, back to this guy. The body, you know, we're very familiar with this. We've seen this before. It was on the Dread Knight, and we got it on the Hobgoblin. I like the little attention to gold right over there. I think that's very good. We got that little brass buckle. I like the shiny green, even though it doesn't really match the mask sculpt so much. You know, it's very different color of green right there. But the color that they chose for this little piece right here around the neck, it's like that blending tone, right? It's like that in-between green that we get from here and here. So we get 3 different greens on the figure. Nice wrinkles and everything. I really love how we get all these scales. We get that whole peg on the back. You can see some nice stitching on the strap right over there. Gobby butt. Then we get this nice brass buckle right there as well. The hands look pretty good. You know, we've seen these all before. Pretty sweet. Does have the peg holes under his feet. Ooh, that rhymes. Now, as far as articulation goes, no surprises over here. You can tilt his head all the way back, which is great. You can look all the way up, and you can move the head all the way downward. Wow, there's a bally neck right over there. You also get some shifting forward and back with this head joint, too. Kind of like the pile driver. Wow, remember that from 2012? I think that was 2012. Anyway, you get the side-to-side movement over here, and you get a great amount of head pivot. The shoulders move outward that far. You can move them down pretty far. They move forward. You get a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. The wrists move side to side. They hinge. Oh my god. Oh, I thought I broke it. Wow. But the peg just came out of there. Whew. Oh my god. Okay, so it's not broken, but they do hinge up and down. Wow, since that could pop out, I wish they'd given us interchangeable hands. You know what I mean? How cool would it have been to get him to do his little sparkle, you know, zapper thingy? That would have been pretty sweet to do. Anyway, he can crunch forward just that much and move back that much. You get a waist swivel right there. Of course, you can shift the belt up and down as you'd like. His hip joints move outward only that much. He can kick forward quite a bit and back. Upper thigh cut. And he has a double jointed knees, boot rotation. And then the ankles move down, up, and he has ankle pivot. Then here's Gobby at his widest stance possible with both feet still flat on the floor. And to measure out this figure, you can see that the Green Goblin is standing just at 6.5 inches tall. Then here's Green Goblin compared to a couple other figures sharing the same body mold. First we'd gotten the Dread Knight figure, and then Hobgoblin, and then finally now we have Green Goblin. One thing that I think is really cool is that Hasbro's maintained this very cool shiny look for the chainmail portions of all 3 of these figures. Well, except for that little ball joint right over there on the shoulder of Dread Knight, but still very shiny green plastic. I like it. And then here's a new Green Goblin right in the middle of the 2 previous Green Goblins that we'd gotten. This one from Toy Biz and this one from Toy Biz as well. I do like this new one, but man, I'm having a really hard time picking a favorite out of these 3. I'm gonna lean over this way for this original Toy Biz one, and the Ramos one that came in the Spider-Man series like a while ago. I sold that a long time ago. I don't have that one anymore. But anyway, this one I really appreciate for how realistic it looks. Like if there's a cinematic version of Green Goblin that we're going to get in the near future, I would hope it would look kind of like this, you know? I really like how that one came out, but I really like all 3 of these. Let me know which one is your favorite. For me, I'm leaning towards the Onslaught Wave. And one thing I wanted to try to do before getting to our last size comparison is I want to see how the Sandman head would look on this, just because Norman Osborn and Sandman have similar hair. I just wanted to see if that would work, and that does not work at all. We'll meet again, Spider-Man! Then of course here's Green Goblin next to the Marvel Legends Big Time No Letdown Spider-Man. Now while I've said this is not my favorite Green Goblin figure from Marvel Legends, I do not consider it a letdown by any means. I still think it's a very good figure. I've had a lot of fun taking pictures of it, so stick around for the slideshow and images over at marvelousnews.com. If you want to subscribe, please go ahead and hit the subscribe circle. If you've already subscribed, please hit that notification bell so that you know right when I post a new video. Also, you can check out my figures that I have for sale at ShartimusPrime.net, and you can follow me on social media. Links to all of that in the description below, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.
Posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures every day. I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, it's okay.
That's crispy.
The